Nah, Rashida ain't never leaving Kurt. Like, I talked to Rashida and Yandy last night. Them motherfuckers ain't never leaving them, man.
My husband's not leaving me. I'm not leaving him. I let you with him the first time. It won't be a second. Seriously.
He knows it
won't be a second.
Hey, welcome back to Black Press. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Now let's get to it.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm your girl Trish.
I'm your boy, Mr. Define.
And we are
Black Press.
If this is your first time watching, please remember to hit like, comment, share, and
subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications for our future episodes. So we're gonna get right into it. This whole you heard about everything with Scrappy, right?
Yeah.
Nah, Rashida ain't never leaving Kurt. Like, I talked to Rashida and Yandy last night. Them motherfuckers ain't never leaving them niggas, man. They real women. Real women don't leave they men, cuz they know what? They know the future. The future is go far and beyond these other bitches they lead. They want to be on their own. They think they strong. Okay, be strong, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Be on your own. Raise all your kids. Do everything. You know, and that shit just be like, and then you get a worse and you got to die with that. You know what I'm saying? Or you just leading just by yourself anyway. You know what I'm saying? I feel like some of these women, they need to be by themselves. You know what I'm saying?
To be for real about the grass ain't green on the other side.
Yeah, the grass ain't green on the other side. That another side.
Anybody you deal with, it's gonna be some that you don't like.
Yeah. So that's what he said. And then it went. Somebody was asking them, Rashida and what's his name? Kirk. Yeah, about what they do to keep their marriage together.
Some advice on how you keep the love alive. Obviously, you guys have been through some ups and some downs, but still together. So what is the secret here?
What you would say the secret is? What you find?
I mean, the secret would be you got to understand you're going to deal with a lot of criticism from people telling you how you should be in a relationship. And I don't think people understand me and Rashida have been married 25 years. First of all, we best friends.
You see my trim job. You can show how, look, it's really me. Show that camera, Carter. Show the back up. Show my face. This really me on the cut, cuz look. I really be doing this. This woman has taught me how to do this. Look at that on the floor. I'm on my job.
Cut it off.
We're friends first, and we could talk about a lot of things, but you got to have a friendship, and you got to understand everything ain't going to be perfect. Talk to your grandma, your grandpops, and figure out how these relationships make it, because it's about a team here. You need I always say you need a day and a night. You need a plus and a minus. So it's the team. Yeah, so it's like a team thing, and that's what we do. We work as a team, I get beat up a lot, but it is what it is.
What about for you, Rashida? Because you put us through some things, okay? So what is that for you on your allegedly? Okay.
This is my husband. I cried so much one day, girl, I couldn't even open my eyes up. I didn't talk to no.
Okay, so what was the question again? What's your secret to stay happily married after all these years?
You know what? I think with Kirk and I is more, I hate to even say this because people just talk so much, but it's the communication and really like understanding each other, because over time, just because you're married to somebody doesn't mean you really know them like you should or understand them like you should. And throughout years, I guess for us, because we've been together for such a long time, you evolve and change in life as you get older. So understanding each other and being open to that, you know what I'm saying? Right. And then most of anything, really communicating with each other and just being real with each other.
Do you have to relive certain things that are when you shoot Love and Hip Hop and then it airs, and then are you mad all over again? Like right now, their whole jazz last night.
Oh yeah, listen. I tell you, I just told somebody, listen, the Kirk that was filming 9 years ago ain't the Kirk that's filming now, because 9 years ago I was new, 3 years in. I could take a lot. Now it's like, I'm not really ready for what comes with it, but she's the artist. I was the label. We didn't even tell people we were married in the industry until 10 years later. So it's like a gift and a curse, but it's just a blessing. But you know what else? The woman I married 25 years ago, 5 years, 10 years changes, and then 15 years it changes. So do I. So you have to learn how to deal with the more mature and different needs. Her needs are not the same when she was 25 years younger. It
What are your
changed.
needs now?
I like buildings and stuff and houses.
It changed.
Buy her
It
stuff.
used to be hash brown.
It used to be hash brown.
I
Okay,
guess
whatever
she's something
make her
like
happy.
something simple.
Like make her breakfast in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Whatever make her happy. What you
Mm.
got on it? I mean, you know, I got a plethora of things to say. I be taking notes.
I mean, that's their relationship. If that's what makes them happy and
Mhm.
that's what makes them successful, then hey.
That's not saying nothing. Nope. That's not enough.
That's fine. That's
Because
it.
then you ain't really giving the input. You just saying.
I mean,
well, if it makes
I want to
them
hear.
happy,
I want to hear
what
what
do you think?
I want to hear what.
Why you?
think
No,
first.
ladies first.
No, go ahead.
Okay. All right. It was a lot said, but you know what? Honestly, Scrappy's right. Lil Scrappy's right, and Lil Scrappy is wrong.
Okay.
Look, he right and he wrong.
I'll
And
take that. I'll take that.
He is right because real women, and when he talk about real women, he's talking about the truth. Like real women are gonna stay, but not.
Let me be
because-
100% honest with you. Is the ways that this is going to go. My husband's not leaving me. I'm not leaving him. I let you with him the first time. It won't be a second. Seriously.
He knows it.
It won't be a
stay.
second.
But not because they gonna stay with that man through all the trash because they just gonna accept it. That's what he's saying, which is completely wrong. Like
Yeah.
she's not like I saw a young lady come through the church the other day, little teenager with a sweatshirt on, said, no, that was the day. Yeah. Said, protect your peace.
Yeah.
You cannot expect a woman not to protect her peace when she's trying to protect herself.
Mhm.
So if she decides to leave because you cheated, you can't be mad at her for that. Or you can't say she's not a real woman because she's trying to protect her peace.
Exactly.
She can't handle it.
Well.
Yes, that's what it
Well,
is.
hold on. Not she can't handle it.
Yes, okay. Go
Because-
ahead. Okay. Go
Because
for
all
it.
right, that's an act
So
that
I'm gonna have to say this stuff just to get you to respond. Okay,
No.
I see how we're gonna do this.
but that's an act that he has done.
Right.
So for her to say, or for anybody to say that she
Mhm.
can't handle it,
Mhm.
it shouldn't have been hers to deal with in the first place.
It
because he
shouldn't.
stepped out of the relationship.
Right. But what the problem is, for one,
Mhm.
real women stay, real men don't cheat.
Exactly.
But real women still stay.
Throughout everything.
Yes. Let me tell you why.
Mm.
Because if I was a real woman when I said for better or for worse, for
Mhm.
sickness and health, to death do us part, then I'm a real woman when I stay.
But stay
Because
till the death of the relationship.
no,
You
no,
do-
no,
you
that's
do
not
some-
the,
you
that's
do-
not
you do
the
something
literal thing.
tumultuous?
Okay, then you need
Okay.
to say that at the altar. Say
It's
to
already
the
said.
death of the relationship
Yeah.
do our part.
But-
Not to death
It's
do we
till
part.
death do you part.
It's till death do we part. And
Okay.
there's nobody other than that one video where it was like that woman was like, nah, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna obey. Other
Mhm.
than that video, I ain't never heard nobody be like, oh, wait a minute now. Dive into that a little bit deeper because we ain't somebody did say we ain't talking about that. And yeah, the same woman, and pastor was like, yeah, we did talk about that. But ain't nobody, she's not saying at the altar for better or kind of worse.
That's why you go to pre-marriage
No,
counseling.
but I'm saying what you're saying at the altar.
Mm.
If you're a real man and you're a real woman, you're gonna stick by your word.
Yeah.
We're not real.
I'm 70, he's 30. There are
Mm-hmm.
times he's 60, 40. But guess what? 10 years, we've been married 30.
Wow.
I would take 10 bad years over 30. It's just how you look at it, right? And people give up for the 5 years. I can't take.
Yeah.
We're not real no more. We wasn't real since way back when Moses was signing divorce certificates because Christ said your heart is wicked. Y'all, that's why he said y'all can write a paper of divorce
Mhm.
because we don't really stay for everything. The other part is real men don't cheat, but women don't. Women will equate cheating with being the worst thing ever, so long as it's the man doing it. And if it was the woman, I hear so often, if she cheated, you made her do it. If the woman cheated, they blame it on the man. If the man cheated, they blame it on the man. Have you heard that before?
I have.
Is that right? Would you say that's right or wrong?
In some situations, yes.
And let's see, why is it some situations?
Because
is there any reason why a man should be able to cheat?
Yeah, it shouldn't be a reason why anybody cheats.
So then in no
if you
situation,
cheat, you're dishonest to not only yourself. Okay, yeah. But you're dishonest to not only yourself, but you're dishonest to the relationship.
But what about why would you say sometimes then?
That's why I said sometimes.
Why is it sometimes and not at all time? All the time.
To apply that situation.
All the time, you should not blame the other partner for one partner cheating.
To apply that situation to a relationship. If you're in a relationship and your needs are not being met,
then you still don't get to cheat.
I'm not saying this an excuse. I'm saying why it happens. Because people aren't getting fulfilled within their relationship. And they have these outside sources that comfort them and give them what they need.
Okay.
And with that happening, you have somebody else that's tending to you.
No.
So
you don't. You find somebody else to tend to you. That's not the same thing as having somebody else.
No.
You don't have somebody else. You find somebody else.
You don't always find them. They find you sometimes.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They don't find you because you will not have yourself there to be found. Take an example of grocery shopping. No,
you grocery shopping and bringing all the bags out. In a situation, some man comes and, hey, let me help you with those groceries.
Right. And then you say thank you and you move along. No numbers are exchanged. No Instagrams are exchanged. None of that will be exchanged because you still staying true to your vow.
That same person keep going back to the same grocery store.
Okay, and then every time you still staying true to your vows.
Okay.
There should be no more. There shouldn't be no more for a man or a woman.
Then it ends up being a conversation to where,
no, it does not end up being a conversation.
It does.
Because it's thank you, goodbye. It should not be a whole. See, that's like saying you tripped and fell into cheating. I tripped and fell into some punani. No, you didn't. There was no accident. It was an accident. No, you didn't. You didn't trip and fall into it. He didn't trip and fall into you. You let it happen. You chose for it to happen. See, but the issue is we'll do. Okay, and I'm gonna get off that. We ain't gonna put no blame on nobody. What I'm gonna say is the blame is on us, where we won't stay through a relationship where we allow the other person to grow. They said it about their 25-year marriage. We're constantly changing. We're constantly growing. An immature man will cheat. A mature man, because an immature man is pretty much a teen. He's a child. But when I became a real man, I put away the childish things. So therefore, you haven't given him the grace to grow, but you want him to give you the grace to grow. We have to give each other grace to grow, and we have to stay together long enough for that to happen. Nobody can do anything and can change. Well, people can change overnight with the grace of God. But our apostle would say that all the time. But you can't expect that person to change overnight. You can't expect them to change over a year. If it's something that's ingrained in them, I had that issue, and let me tell you, and I'll let you talk. My bad. I'll be running. I had that issue in the military. Let me tell you why. Because there are senators in Congress that will chastise military generals because they have soldiers that have done things that were unbecoming of a soldier, right? And then they say, well, why aren't you controlling this? So here's the thing. You're going to give me 9 weeks and 10 days to take a soldier, to take a civilian person that has lived and ingrained everything in who they are for 18 years and change their entire value system in 9 weeks and 10 days. It's not happening. It's not. So we can't expect to get in a relationship and think that that person who any flaws that they have are going to change overnight. But we'll say, I'll be with you for better or worse, sickness and health till death do us part. If you are thinking that it's okay to cheat, you're sick in the mind. But I'm not really going to be with you through that part of sickness. I was just talking about physical sickness. And I wouldn't really talk about physical sickness if you lose your job and I got to be the one supporting this household and helping you feed yourself. I ain't talking about that much sickness. Just a little bit sickness. You know, I do a flu, maybe a COVID. if you was using all the right precautions, I stick with you through COVID. But we ain't sticking through nothing with nobody.
Man, okay. In relationships, and what you said was very factual, right? However, you ever heard of the term cold turkey? You stop everything cold turkey.
Yeah,
like smokers do
yeah.
it. They stop.
That's why I said like she stopped everything.
Yeah. So if you put in your mind that okay, this is something that I want to do, and you absolutely 100% commit to it,
yeah,
then you should be able to make that change overnight. You shouldn't happen to have a gradual change throughout the course of life. It shouldn't take you 10 years to decide, oh, I need to get myself together. 10 years? Like that's a lot of time that has gone by.
Yeah.
And the person that you were with before is not the same person 10 years later.
Yeah.
So 10 years later, you're facing something else and you're like, okay, I'm ready to get it together now. But we're at a different time of our life.
Okay.
Can we proceed from here? Is this not only beneficial to me, but what can I offer to you to help you stay on track? Because if I am not sufficient enough for you, then what are we doing together? Sometimes,
but okay,
it's like a contract. Like sometimes, some relationships they have their season.
Here's the problem.
And it has to end.
Here's the problem with everything you're saying. You only equate that with cheating.
That's not just with cheating.
It is.
That's with everything.
Because
I don't.
You, and I'm not saying you. I mean, a lot of women only see cheating as the drawing line that of something that happened that has to change. But you want him to accept you for every flaw that you have.